Welcome to more Modern Affinity. This is a funny hand. Turn 1 Etch Champion. Signal Past. This gets here against some decks and not very well against a lot of other ones. I think this is better than enough sixes that it's worth keeping. Man, if he realizes that taking my Signal Pest is really bad for me, then I'm in trouble. Taking the Signal Pest means that I can never get to the can't get to the 3 artifacts I need for Mox Opals to turn on. Well. Yep. Alright, come on, 0 drop artifact. Springleaf Drum actually does count. Right? Yeah. Alright. Well then, Thoughtseize deck. Beat turn 1 Etched Champion through Inquisition of Kozilek. He's probably going to play Liliana's and make me miserable, but hey. Maybe it'll work. There goes the other one. Yeah. Alright, I just have to draw, creatures. There's Liliana Protection. Not gonna lie, these have been some really sweet draws after the initial keep. There's the Liliana of the Veil. I think it's a little bit too late for him, though. Jeez. Yep, this is what we call, Yeah. Alright, I like champions. Memnites are a little too do-nothing for me. I like Thoughtseizes. I think I can just shape an Overseer. A Galvanic Blast. Well, that good. I'm gonna wait to see whether or not to bring in Blood Moons based on how he fetches in this game. That was a terrible idea. Now he abrupt decays this, plays Liliana and minuses kill Etch Champion. Yeah, that sucks. So Inkmoth. Oh well. I mean, it's still a 1-for-1. Just I would have rather kept the, Yeah, I think this turn I'm going to play out my cards, and then next turn I'm going to start doing cranial plating Inkmoth threats. Potentially. 'Cause, Because if he has a Shatter or a Push, and I go for the Ink Moth on Cranial Plating and don't play out my hand, it's just like such a waste of time. Yeah, see, he would have just bolted one of those, and then I'd be stuck with a Master in hand or something, and it'd just be awful. I'd take 5 here. Could have put on. Could put it on the Master. Make him a Brecht. I'd rather put it on the Nexus. Animate the other Nexus. And now he has to kill a Nexus with a removal spell or he dies. He probably will. Or he can kill the Master. And the Cranial Plating. And still have the flashback of the Wedge. Yeah. And playing into that Liliana. And now I draw the Welding Jar, of course. Playing into that Liliana was not the best move I've done today. Somewhat out of practice with Affinity. I've been playing Standard all the last few weeks, trying to get ready for the Pro Tour, and it's bleh. I just want to play Affinity at the Pro Tour. I don't want to play Standard. I hate Standard. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'd rather keep a Welding Jar for a good card. Cool. He doesn't have a Bolt. So I can bet on him not having a removal spell. And if he doesn't have a removal spell now or the next turn, I win by pumping with Blink Moth, but if he does, then I lose. Or I can say if he does have a removal spell, then I have a Blink Moth to chump, but that gives him an extra 2 turns. That's not particularly better. I'm gonna just gamble on him not having a removal spell and hope it works out. So I don't think he has a removal spell because he would have just aimed it at the Ornithopter. Fulminator Mage. Dang it. Now what? Can't even use the Welding Jar because if I Welding Jar, then he'll just Fulminator the other one. Alright. Scavenging Ooze doesn't do it, so I need to draw basically any pump spell. So... no, Cranial Plating doesn't do it. I have to draw Ravager. That doesn't do it. I play it and I have to double jump. Alright. Yeah, one more turn to draw a Ravager. And if he draws a removal spell, obviously I'm dead. Okay, I'm dead. I had to play around that Liliana the Veil. That was dumb. I didn't feel like the Blood Moons would have been particularly good that game. Alright, this hand is fine, I guess. Get a Vault Scourge and some stuff. Not an incredible Opal hand since it doesn't do anything on turn 1 and basically acts as a land turn 2 since I don't have another land. But, meh. He probably seizes the champion. I don't think he can afford to let it resolve. We can't afford the chance that... no? That's quite greedy in my opinion. I mean, sure, it paid off for him, but it's still greedy. If I drew a land and just cast the champion, he'd be in deep trouble. Well, let's see if he has another removal spell for my Ornithopter. Yep, 3 lightning bolts. Jesus. Alright. That was a lot of removal. Fortunately, like, he doesn't seem to have a lot of gas. Like, Scavenging Ooze is a pretty pathetic follow-up. I might just pull out of this anyways. Yeah. I could have, for the record, animated the Blink Moth and then let the Ravager counter go to it, but that would expose it to an Ancient Grudge, and he knows I need more lands, so that's just a terrible idea. I suppose I could have attacked for 1, but then I would lack the ability to Galvanic Blast something. Maybe I should have gotten in the 1 damage. I just feel like 1 damage isn't going to make the difference. Jeez. Oh god. Well, as far as hands with tons of interaction go, yeah, that was a hand. I'm leaving this here just in case he has Thoughtseize or something. I suppose a Liliana Plus would be pretty bad, but I don't know. Fading out of Thoughtseize seems fine. Man. This dude has drawn a lot of removal. That is a lot of removal. Colgan's Command. Oh, man. Oh, good. If I attack here, I just die to the Scavenging Ooze. I have to jump block it. This doesn't have trample. The Grudge is out of his graveyard. Okay, so I have to draw champion and into champion. Man, that guy drew a lot of removal that game.